me show you how Figma Component works. I'm going to be using a button to do that. Okay. Add auto layout. Add fill. I think green is okay. Then let's adjust the padding. This is okay. Let the border radius be 20. So now my button is ready. All I have to do now to add component, you have to come to the select your button, move to the top over. You can see the way I'm moving on here. Then you can click on it. You can either click on that to add components, or you right click on your button, then click on create component. Now you see that your component is now, your button is now a component. So now what you are going to be doing now is to duplicate this button. Now this is the sweetest thing about components. The reason why you say you should use your components for across the whole design is because of this particular part I want to show you now. So all the changes you make to this first button over here, it will reflect in this other button. So now let's change this one to get started. You see that everything happening to this one is reflected in the other one. You see, so now imagine that you use components for all the buttons you're using for your project, and there's need for you to change something in those buttons. So instead of going to each frame to make changes to your buttons, you just head over to the master component, which is this one, the parents. Let's say this is the parent, this is the child. So you just head over to the parents and make your changes there, and it will reflect on the other buttons. So if you even change the color, it will reflect that, oh, the color has been changed, and it reflects in the other button. You see? So this is why I love components so much. And now another thing is, if you make changes to the other buttons individually, let's change this one back to sign up. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, so let's change this one back to sign up. So now we've touched this one, we've made changes to this one individually. We didn't go through the parents directly, so we changed to the child directly. So now what if you make any changes here, it will not reflect on this. If you let's say get up, if you make any changes here, it will not reflect in this other one here, because you've already altered this one, you've changed this one already, you've touched it without the parents, without going through the parents. Okay, so because you changed the text here, this one, because you change the text in the child rather, whatever, if you make changes to the text in the parent, it will not reflect here. But if you make changes to the color, the parent color, it will still reflect in the child, because we didn't make any changes to the color. You understand? So now if we come back here and we change this child's color, and we go back to the parent to change, if we go back to the parent to change the color, it will not affect the child anymore. Another thing is, if you drag out another button from this child button and you make changes to this child button over here, it will not affect the child. Nothing will happen to this other one here. This one just bettered this one, and the changes you made to this one is not reflecting here, because this one does not have the power to do anything aside the parent. Okay, so whatever changes you make to this one here, it will still not affect this other child here that was birthed through this one. So you can only make changes to this one. So you can only make changes to this one, and it will affect the one you brought out of it directly. Let me change it back to sign up. You see that the changes here is affecting this one, because I brought this one out of this one directly. So this one that I brought out of this one, the changes I made to this one did not affect it, because this one wasn't birthed by this one. So there are many other things to know about Figma components, but I think for a start, this is what you need to know as a beginner. Okay, so this is the benefit of using components. You can incorporate this in your next project. So follow me for more UI and Figma tips. Bye.